Listen, it was a big week on Bravo with part 1 of the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion and the launch of their new dating show, King's Court. Are you ready to get into all of that, Erica?
I really am, yes.
Now, we've got insider knowledge of the drama going down in Atlanta. Carlos King calls her the reason for the season. She's the queen who's running her first season on the show like a boss. Please welcome our favorite, I think everyone's favorite housewife. Please welcome Angela Oakley to the show.
Hi.
Hey.
I need my light. How are you?
I was like, good. Turned off. It's okay, but you look beautiful. Thank you.
I need more light.
You want to get some more light? We'll wait for you if you want to. It's okay.
Need more light?
Okay, sure. It's fine. Listen,
yeah.
She can do what she wants. She earned it this season. So if she needs to go get a light, then she needs to go get a light.
What are we doing, y'all? I know you from Chicago. Really?
Yes. West Side.
Yes. West Side.
Yes.
And are you able to turn your volume up, Angela, on your mic?
You hear me?
The top right, like you might be able to turn it up a little. I want to be able to hear everything you have to say.
Where? I think I turned it up.
Okay, maybe is it the top right? There's like a little slider button that says.
Oh, it's on here.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's on the link. I'm wrong. On your sound, let me see.
No. Wait,
on your microphone, let me see. Well, you know what? I'll just be quiet when you're talking so we can hear you. That's all.
I don't see it.
You can hear okay, right? You're Erica?
Yeah, you're a little low, but you know, you're fine to project.
Okay.
So scream. Okay, let's do it.
So we have 2 ladies with a connection to Chicago.
Yes.
Okay.
What part of Chicago are you from, Angela?
I'm actually from a suburb called Harvey, Illinois.
Yes.
And yes, I went to DePaul University. So
I went to DePaul University.
Girl.
Yes, my mother is a professor at DePaul University.
Really? I went to the Loop campus, bachelor's in finance.
Oh my God. Well, we were there at the same time. We're the same age.
I was there in 2004, graduated in 2004. How about you?
Okay, because you did the finance program one year. I went 99 and I graduated in 2004.
You're so young and cute.
You knew this already, right, Claudia?
I didn't know that.
No.
I learned something new about Erica every show. Like one time she told me she was in a strip club. She accidentally threw a whole bunch of hundreds. I find out all kinds of secrets about her every time. And I love it. Like I'm like getting to know her with you guys as well. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, alumni, nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you. Oh my gosh, I love this.
So thank you for, first of all, I know you're really sought after and you're in the middle of the reunion. Well, you did, part 1 already. And I'm sure your phone's been blowing up. I mean, you came into the show. Let's just go ahead and get into it. You came into the show and just like, I won't say under the radar. You were just chilling. You were chilling.
Yeah.
And then it became very apparent, like within the first couple episodes, I think by episode 3, we was like, hold up. We got to take a look at this Angela Oakley. And you were just such a force and consistent and so believable with everything you said. A lot of times people come on, there's a lot of posturing and fronting, and you weren't like that. And you also had a nice balance of showing some of your personal life and also your interactions with the ladies. I think you handled it really, really well.
Thank you. And that means a lot coming from you because you know how tough these ladies can be. And so it was a struggle at first. I didn't know how I would fit in. I didn't know what they wanted from me. And I just was like, well, let's just be Angela. Let's just give them Angela. And I'm going to be authentic. I'm going to give them my truth. And they can take it, for what it is. And so I think just being authentic allowed me to do well. Even though I didn't go in it thinking, oh, you got to do this to be, liked or anything like that. I was trying to get out alive because they were coming. I'm like, I just want to make it home. I just want to get to my family. So that was my goal.
I have been watching, reality TV for forever, just like everyone else, but I really feel like I can clock certain things. So when you said you were from Chicago, I was like, yeah, that checks. But also it's the lifestyle component too. And that's what kind of Claudia is alluding to. When housewives come on and they're 100% legit, like with what they have and what they're saying and their lifestyle, then it's a different type of vibe than when there's like a manufactured story going on. And that's what we were clocking from the very beginning. And I do really think that we as the audience connect with the authenticity, because there's nothing, if there's nothing there, there's nothing to really hold on to. And it's interesting to me because listening to a lot of commentary and people's opinions, the thing that remained consistent through all of it was how much the fans loved and adored you and honestly respected you. So that is such a hard thing to do. So MVP all the way.
I appreciate you ladies for saying that. And I just can't imagine someone coming onto this platform and lying. Because it's like, that's the first thing they're going to find out is whatever you think you're hiding, that's what they're looking for. So I was just like, you know what, let's just put it all out there. So much so that people are like, you were too truthful. And I remember Portia was like, does she have Tourette's at the mouth? Because I was just like, here you go, take it.
You know who else did that? Claudia Jordan.
Oh. Girl, I was in my apartment putting together IKEA furniture, which wasn't even I was like, yeah, I'm showing y'all everything. My furniture did not arrive for like 17 days. They was clowning me. So Kenya brought over like a piece of furniture that I didn't really end up using. But I was okay with that. Like, I think people make a mistake thinking you have to go on and present this opulent lifestyle. Now, if you have it, show it. But if you're not quite there yet, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, y'all, I'm new to Atlanta. I moved into a high rise and my furniture ain't here yet. But instead of trying to keep up with the Joneses, because we all know the first season salary is not that great. Some of us needed it. You don't. You're successful and married and have money. Y'all have money.
Wait, I still need it.
Well,
we ain't doing that.
But you know, the first season. Okay, point taken. But I'm saying, like, it ain't giving the first season like it's gonna give for you second season. Now that you've made such an impact, third season, you're gonna have a lot of negotiating power moving on. You know, and I feel like people go on there with a lot of pressure on themselves, like every scene I gotta be dripped in designer and diamonds and all of that. And if that's not really a reality, you will go broke trying to do the first season and may not even go back. And then what? You know, so I want to get into something that's, of course, everyone's talking about now. First, part one of the reunion left us on a cliffhanger as you were giving receipts of Phaedra and you brought a binder. I love a good prop. In a perfect world, what do you want her to say?
You know what? I don't even think I wanted her to say anything. I just wanted to be, heard, and I wanted my points to be made. And I don't think, I was wrong in that, because the same information that was given to her was the same information. The same person gave me information. So it's like, so you believe him, I shouldn't believe him. Now we're flipping it. So now let's believe him again. Like, it's just too much. And I just kind of felt like my points will be made, but it's kind of like man against the machine. It's just, let me just take a step back and reassess this, because the way I approached this entire situation, was, I wouldn't say a rookie mistake. It was. What
do you think about people that say, and I'm sorry, Erica, that are trying to accuse you of making the whole thing, like that you orchestrated it, that it wasn't Phaedra? What do you have to say to them?
You know what? The same person who's saying that is the same person who told Phaedra it was her on TV. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay. And the fact of the matter is, I adore my husband. Like, even sometimes when I shouldn't, right? When he getting on my nerves, like, I love my husband. So I would never put him in a situation where he can, self-destruct. Charles will, crash out. And I wouldn't set him up to crash out on national television. And I wouldn't do anything that would hurt my children, my family. And I didn't feel like I had to do anything for a scene. I mean, all throughout the episodes, I was just being my authentic self. And it naturally became, situations. I don't know how to produce. I don't know how to, put a wig on for the most part. So for them to say that, hey, you tried to produce a scene, I'm like, I'm not that good. Like, y'all give me too much credit. And I'm definitely not going to throw my husband in the fire to do what he's known to do on national. No.
Well, here's the thing. We stand an accountability queen. You just said that, you felt like it was a rookie mistake. But the thing about it is, and I want to kind of like go behind, behind the curtain a little bit, because there's some games that are being played here. It's not like you have all the information as you're filming. And to be quite honest, the way that it was set up to us, the audience, A plus B did equal C, because we saw from the moment that Phaedra came on the scene, she had something to say about Charles and your marriage, and it left a lot of fans speculating that she might have maybe had an interest in Charles, or was perhaps a little jealous of y'all's union and situation, and had you as a target. So when this story developed, we, the fans, were going A plus B equals C right with you.
Yeah. And in a perfect world, A plus B equals C, right? Like, oh, it just makes sense. But in this world, A plus B equals the Twitter thread equals, the streets are talking equals Angela, this don't make sense. And I'm like, what is this? This makes sense to me. But it's just not the real world, the world that I live in. And I live in a very, just straightforward. You told me this. I want you to confront this person. Like, had I just brought the information back without the source, then that wouldn't have went anywhere. So that was the rookie mistake, and thinking that this guy who I didn't know, and I was trying to kind of protect, if you will, and I spoke about that a little bit on Carlos King, and it backfired. It backfired to where now I'm like, okay, sit back. What do you do now?
We talked about this, of course, on Reality with the King, and I said, if this is her only mistake of the whole season, when we all said everything in every scene before this, we knew we can take what you said to the bank. Let's give Angela a little bit of grace, because she has not shown repetitive lying behavior, unlike Phaedra. And I know people say I'm a hater. I'm not a hater, but there's people that make mistakes, and there's people that just have personality flaws, and I just call it what it is. And once I see it, I can't unsee it. I know with these people, like I'm familiar with some of these people, and she does lie a lot. I mean, couldn't even get her own due date together. So, of course, when you came on the scene, she had 10 days to kind of catch up and stir some things up, which Phaedra, as much as I'm not a fan of hers, you can't deny that she's not good at television. So I don't think she had to do all that. I did not understand why, as soon as she saw you, it was you. Is it because you were the only one that was really married there? Because everyone was just coming for you about, oh, Charles, and I heard this about Charles. And it was the only thing they had on you. So that's what they were like kind of leaning into. And I just thought it was really odd for someone that, had her marriage destruct on a national television to come for you about Charles. They all were kind of doing that. I thought it was kind of a cheap shot. And if you did maybe have a conversation with you on the side, it just seemed like a bunch of cheap shots.
But I'm married to, and I know people say, but he's Charles Oakley. Like, he's known to give you an experience, right? Like, if you push him or whatever, you're going to get an experience. So I don't know if that was a part of it, because he is a very polarizing person in himself and his own. And I think before the ladies got to know me and I could be just as polarizing, they were like, okay, we're going to get Angela through him. And that was the way to get me active. When there are other ways to get me on your ass besides my husband. I think the route they took was Charles. And so they wanted me to tag Charles in, I guess, for the optics of it all, but I was trying not to. I'm like, no, we're not letting this dog out the cage. I will say this. Next, if we are blessed to come back, or if we decide to come back, or if we are offered to come back, Charles is out the cage. Like, Charles.
And I can't wait. I'm a calm dude. I'm coming to Atlanta. I hope to see y'all filming somewhere. I got to see this front row.
I'm like, Charles, they talking about you. Like, I can't, I tried, and, it ain't working. So, they want you. The people want you.
Well, the same way that I said, I can clock certain things, like when you said you were from Chicago. But the moment that your husband came on the screen, I said, oh, that's the Sagittarius man. And I went on and I Googled Charles's birthday. And I knew this because, his birthday is 2 days after my father's. Obviously, my father is older, but it's 2 days after my father's. And he acts so much like my dad. And I was thinking, the moment that we knew we were going to get you on the show, I was like, I have to ask Angela, because I want to understand my mother better. What brought you to marry that type of, because it's a different type of love. My father's also a chef. He cooks a lot. He feeds his family. That's the way that he shows love. but he's not going to give you something that he's not ready to give in the moment. That doesn't necessarily mean that he doesn't love you. It's just, it's a different way of expressing love, especially for a Black male Sagittarius. I'm just going to put it out there. It seemed very on brand.
It is. He's a Sagittarius. Like, add that terrorist part on there because, and I'm an earth sign, I'm a Taurus. So I think, like, you know, like we're just calm, and he's a fire sign who's just blazing. And so I'm attracted to an alpha personality because I'm very alpha. And Jill Scott made this, you know, she made this quote. She said, if you can tell me what to do, you know, if you can't tell me what to do, you can't tell me what to do. But if you can tell me what to do, like, you can tell me what to do, you know. So Charles is that, you know, you tripping right now. Go sit down for a minute, you know. And, you know, sometimes I'll be like, you know, I'll talk back, but yeah, I got it. I like that. You know, sit me down when I'm wrong. And so, and other things, he's very much, his presence is felt. And so I didn't have a male figure outside of my grandfather in my life. And it's not daddy issues because my grandfather was, you know, the male figure in my life. But it's just that security, you know, and I feel safe with him. I wouldn't want to do life with anyone outside of him.
I love that.
And, I'm going to stand beside him. That's
As you should.
I got a question for you, Angela. So I did a reality show with my ex-boyfriend, and we're, to this day, we're the best of friends. Like, it's like he's around all the time, okay? But so we ended up not getting married, but we went on a reality show, and before we went on, like, we have a very dry sense of humor, and the way we talk to each other sometimes, if you're very sensitive, you might think, damn, like, y'all talk to each other kind of crazy, but like, it's inside jokes. We've never had an argument. He's the most reliable man I've ever had in my life, shows up for me when it matters, and his love language wouldn't be like words of affirmation like that. He's not gonna be like, baby, you look so beautiful. He'd be like, oh, you finally lost some weight. But I know what that means, right? Like, you know, it's like our banter. And he got dragged for something he said on TV, right? And I was relating to you, like, what's behind closed doors with y'all? Clearly, there is love there. He's the only man that showed up to everything, okay? And like he said in the clip from the reunion, I'm the only husband here. Where y'all husbands at? And I thought that spoke volumes because as much as people want to try to drive a wedge between y'all with the style and how he talks, and there was a couple times I was like, damn, Charles, can you just get mushy for her for one time because the cameras, we know the cameras are rolling. But I get it. There are some people that kind of have that kind of banter. And obviously, this is a brother that is a legend in the NBA, papered up, successful, doesn't need camera time or clout, who's showing up on a reality show that does not pay the husbands, y'all. So he's not doing it, right? He's not doing it because he's getting a check. He's doing it for Angela.
Right. He's doing it for me. But to echo what you're saying, this is his first time doing it as a married man. So we got to wash out that old Charles, I'm famous, I'm on the scene as this bachelor. Like, we got to scrub that out. And I left room for error. And we all left room for error because mistakes are going to be made and how he conveys that. And so we are learning our stride, but the banter behind the scenes is, you know, I said I wear 12 shoes. He's like, okay, you got the skateboards out. Like, you putting the like, he called my feet skateboards, like, just stuff like that. I'm like, Charles, the girls don't have to say anything because you're giving them all the reads, you know, but the world will look at that and be like, oh, he don't, but, and I go back with them. And I don't think you guys were privy enough to see the banter. You just saw one way, but I'm right on.
Were you hurt on your? Oh, sorry, go ahead, Erica.
Well, no, I think, you know, to the discerning eye, we do see it because that's the reason why your presence is so rooted.
There he is.
Come here, Charles. Come here, Charles.
Charles.
Come talk to your Bigfoot wife. Come on.
Come on, Charles. Our Sagittarius.
Charles, come here. Just say hi. Just dip your head in. You gonna keep your hat on?
Come on, Charles.
This is Grady from Sanford and Son.
Not Grady.
Say hi.
Come on in, Charles.
How you doing?
Hey, legend. How you doing, friend? Yeah.
All right.
We love how you show up and you check everybody for your wife. Please keep that energy.
And for y'all too. Have a good one.
All right.
Thank you. So nice to
Get
see
out.
you.
Get out. Close the door.
New Orleans.
Close the door.
Angela, when you called him on your anniversary and you were like, do you miss me? Like, I know y'all have your banter, but because it's different when camera's on, did you want him to have like a mushier, softer response to you?
I could say that he could have been like, yeah, I miss you too, but I wasn't. I know Charles. He's gonna be like, okay, I miss you too anyway. So especially I do keep going back to my kids. Like, he was truly at home with the kids. And I don't know how much of that is known. But he was at home with the kids, and I know Charles. Like, I could be like, Charles, I love you right now. He'll be like, okay, you ready to eat? Like, I don't know what to tell the people, but y'all don't want me to put on. You know,
No.
that'll fall flat. And yeah.
What I was going to say is that to the discerning eye or to the discerning viewer, I understand it 1,000,000% because, like I said, my father, like, he will cook a 6-course meal with dessert and all of the things. That is his I love you, you're my children, this is my family thing. But like, I mean, when I say I love you to my father, he struggled, he'll say I love you, but it's like the same thing you said. Yeah, I love you. So anyway, did you do X, Y, and Z? But I really believe, because for me, it's my superpower. Like, there isn't really, I've been in situations where I have to debate on a regular basis every single day. And people will say, like, you don't seem to get rattled. And I'm like, do you know who my father is? Like, there is nothing that you are going to come to the table with that I have not heard. I've already had a response to, and you aren't required to love me. So therefore, I'm ready for anything you have. And that's what I feel like we were seeing with you, and why you came across so calm, cool, collected, and rooted in who you were.
Yeah, but I do have a soft side, and he is there to catch me in those soft moments. I just lost my mom, or whatever I needed. I'll just crawl up and just lay up under him. Like, he is truly my safe space. And
So is there a soft side of him that we just don't see, or is he always like that?
No, Claudia, you gotta know, men like that are actually really soft.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, their exterior is protecting something. You know what I mean? Like, and that's how we connected. Because I'm like, I see you. I see you. This ain't that. Yeah.
I love that.
I love that. I'm really curious, because we talked about, you felt like you made a rookie mistake, but what do you think the biggest lesson you learned from this season is?
Ironically, it's to trust my husband more. He saw the bullshit coming from a mile away whenever it was coming. And I'm like, no, this doesn't mean that. And this, I mean, even with the houses, when I bought my houses, all those houses, he was the one who's just like, no, because what if this and this? And I'm like, no, you're being a Debbie Downer. Just to trust who God has in my life, to trust. And so a lot of the mistakes I made were impulsive, because I like to react off, without really examining the situation. And so now I'm just going to take my time and just, take everything in stride.
Reality shows are tough on couples, no doubt, because you've had a level of, I mean, you're not anonymous because people know, I mean, you're married, you're his wife, but it's not under a spotlight and there's no motive. Like, when you're in a reality show, there's someone that's your opponent has to find something on you. And it's a new level of eyeballs on you. And is the stress, has it been stressful for you? Like, I know you
it just went viral the other day. Didn't you see? Like,
yeah.
Like, I'm like, what is this? The interview was from, a year and a half ago. And I'm like, wow.
That he was drugged. He had something in his
drink
to marry you.
He was drugged. I was like, could you have found another way to say you never thought you would get married? You know what I mean? Like, could you have found better words to put together than, we planned to get married. And so he was just so like, I didn't, mean it like that. And I didn't want it. I was just like, you know what, Charles, you cannot do another podcast.
So you're never bored in your relationship. It's always something where you're like, oh my God, or
not as much. Like, again, that was a year and a half ago. He is just, sometimes you just tell him, like, shut up. Like, just shut up, because, just stop it. And no, I'm not bored, but I can tell you he's not bored either because I'm coming up with some stuff and he like, why did you even think to do that? So it's both of us. It is.
This is an interesting time too, because you're telling him not to go on any other podcast. Mm-hmm. But from my understanding, the two of you have a little project together. So can you tell us about that?
Well, actually, the project came into fruition once he was banned from Madison Square Garden, and that was in 2017. So we had already been working on this project, and we shelved it. And so once we got on the show, we we're like, okay, we're really going to pick up this project. And again, I don't want to say procrastination, but I'm like, you know what? We'll do it after this or after that. And then his big mouth went on a podcast. I'm like, oh, you are banned from podcasts. And here's the reason why. And so it was just harmonious in the extent of the timing and the interview being released. And so then, the interview being released and, us announcing to the world our passion project banned by Charles.
I love that because, again, all relationships aren't the same and there's different communication styles and that can still represent a happy marriage. People think it has to be a certain way where it's like, I love you, boo. I love you too. Sometimes it's like, all right, size 12 or whatever the joke is. I think a good relationship to me, my best relationships, is that my Wi-Fi? Best relationships are when you have inside jokes with the person that you rock with that means something to y'all too. Fuck everybody else, but it means something to y'all. And I think that is another form of intimacy where it's like, y'all get it. This ain't for y'all. You don't have to understand it. We get it. And to me, those are healthier relationships. They say sarcastic.
And they're not as uncommon as people like to think. Like our friend group, we're throwing jabs all night. And it's fun and good fun. And it's not as, we're 11 years in. So it's not like, marriage is, in stages. So we're in the honeymoon stage. We love each other. Oh, we don't like each other this week. Oh, you just made me mad. It's, so it's not this fairy tale at all. And I'm dealing with another flawed human and I'm flawed. And so I'm not making excuses for him, just like he's not making excuses for me, but we choose to live our crazy lives together.
I just thought something, Angela. Both of y'all are married women, successful. I'm, of course, single, been out the game for 2 years. I'm only going to date if I have a recommendation from a happily married couple. I'm just putting it out there. If at any of such events that Phaedra can't get into that you're at, feel free to shoot me an invite because I'm on the market.
Yeah,
I know how to cook as well.
Angela, please help out. Please help out our girl. I mean, I have been, I've been combing through the Rolodex, but my Rolodex is my husband. Our Rolodex is dry.
We trying to get in the oil and gas world.
How long have you been married?
Actually, today is our 9-year wedding anniversary.
Wow, we did everything at the same time. Our 9-year wedding anniversary is on the 30th of this month.
Oh my God. Angela, we're like twin flames here.
Y'all have a lot in common for real.
I knew, and I've been a Fangela since day one.
Come on, we got the fans. We got the fans. Get the fans.
Where can we get the fan? Are they available now?
Soon. We're perfecting the fans. Like I didn't come on this show to sweat my wig off and get hot. I didn't think we would be selling fans. I'm like, I can talk about this. And the universe guy had a way of saying, no, you're gonna promote fans because these people out here are hot, and I'm one of them. So here we go.
I love it. I want to ask you, and we have to. I know we can't keep you that long, but I wanted to ask you a couple more questions. Now, during the reunion, you said you wanted to get into it with Britt, but she didn't show up. What did you want to say to her?
I wish Britt well. Britt and I had our little back and forth, and I think that she was the one. Well, I saw that she was the one who introduced. He has a baby on her, and she just, I just never could figure Britt out, and if she was authentic and trying to get to know me, or if she really just wanted to, be my friend and just stab me in the back. So a lot of the things that she spoke about is her calling, people liars and saying that we just had her all wrong. I thought Britt was someone that I can trust and someone that we can trust, and she turned out not to be that. And I hate that it went down that way to where she could not be there, because Britt got a little mouth on her, and she would have been trying to come hard, and I was ready. I was ready for Britt. But
it is unfortunate because I think she rubbed a lot of people the wrong way in the beginning, and the last couple of episodes, people started to warm up to her a little bit, and that's when she decided to like kind of call it quits. And it would have been better to like see it through and at least kind of redeem yourself for some of the things or get some clarity or whatever. And I think it's braver to show up. It's more difficult to show up.
And I think she would have done just fine. Outside the ass whooping I would have gave her, she would have been good. Like other than that, it would have been light work for her. But I
saw the trailer she released of her dress, her look and everything. Like she did a whole like lead up. It was a beautiful gown. So
gowns, beautiful gowns.
Yeah. Speaking of beautiful gowns, who was yours custom designed? Who designed yours?
It was Valdrin. Valdrin and style Ty Coachman, put it together. We did some edits to the dress.
Gorgeous.
And it was really last minute. So I'm just happy I had a dress. Like this is such high pressure. And a few of the dresses came, they didn't fit, and we had to work with what we had.
You looked amazing, and that body is snatched. That weight.
Gosh.
You looked really elegant. You looked fantastic. You looked really good. Like I can't stop laughing at that.
Claudia's just being shady over here. This will not.
Claudia.
I have Tourette's. Okay.
Angela, when you said that Claudia would be on your dream cast for Real Housewives of Atlanta, what exactly made you come to that conclusion? Was it moments like this?
Moments like this, and this post she put on my Instagram when she just said twerking and Tourette's, and my family, not twerking and pasty, that bad. And my family was like sending me DMs like, who is this? Who is this? I'm like, that is Claudia. Like, how did you put that together?
It's the Tourette's. It's the Tourette's. It's the Tourette's. And I feel like people should stop shaming me because it's a condition that I have and it's a burden that I struggle with. I can't help it. It just comes out. I can't help it. It just comes out. No, but I recognize a girl's girl. I recognize a solid one. I recognize a real one. And when I do have problems with some people in the cast, it's because I don't like the fakeness and I don't like people that backstab. And like I said, there's mistakes that people can make and there's character flaws. And there's a huge difference between the two. And if you're someone that constantly violates in one area, then you're someone I can't rock with and I'll probably never, ever warm up to. But if you're someone that a human makes a mistake, a villain, a bad guy does the same thing over and over again that doesn't want to evolve, and you were very honest, very open. I rocked with you since your wig came up and you didn't say cut. You was like, your man told your wig's coming up and you didn't get embarrassed. That's how real people behave. Yeah. You didn't try to put on airs and everything's perfect. And I think that's what makes you the most relatable housewife. Seriously, you are. You really are. Seriously, you're so relatable. Like, yeah, you have this fabulous life that we think we know, but then you show the real. Like you were very open. And I think other housewives, some of the vets also can take a page out of your book because you just executed your season just so well. Everyone's talking about Angela Oakley.
Oh my gosh, whether good, bad, or indifferent, I just want to say thank you to the people who recognized that I was being authentic and just rock with me, because I don't know reality TV. I never had aspirations to be on a reality show outside of us auditioning for this. That was just not my thing. This was not my thing, but I'm happy that I'm blessed that I was able to find a community that was rocking with me and, who helped me through and carried me through to the finish line. So I am grateful.
And I'm glad you had fellow Chicagoan Jordan. Yes. Fedora. That's my cousin. I'm glad you had someone have your back on the show because it's very
and I had Drew's back too.
So
yeah.
I appreciate Drew so much.
Is there anything you want to leave us with that, a lot of times when people do reality, they feel like, oh, they left this part out or I didn't get to get this. Is there anything that you didn't get to get out that you want?
Watch part 2 of the reunion. More to come. In part 3, we do have a 3-part reunion coming up. So make sure you guys tune in for that. You can follow us on our Banned by Charles Oakley Instagram. That should be released on July 29th. And, you know, my Fangie is coming, Fangie. So follow me on Instagram, Angela Oakley 34, and I'll give you more updates on this fan line and everything that we have going on. So thank you guys.
Thank you. We can't wait to see you for your first BravoCon. So make sure you come say hi to us because you're going to be very popular.
BravoCon?
We'll be there.
Yeah.
and we'll all go for drinks, and then we can discuss the double date when I go on when you hook me up with someone.
I got you. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much. Angela Oakley, everyone, please support this queen. She's amazing. So thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
I love her.
Oh my gosh. I love her. I love her.